Hello, cupcakes. How are we doing today? Let me get a hoop in the chat if you are ready to go back to school. It is officially Bunny University class number 4, and we are ready to get to work. How is everybody doing? We got a hella hoop in the chat from Scuzz Rat. Thank you, Scuzzy. We got Cryptolito here. G Lazy in the house. Wendy popping in to say hoop hoop. Hope work goes okay for you. Thank you so much for popping in. Hope you get to come back at some point. I won't tell your boss if you slack off. This is pretty important stuff. Today, we are going to be talking about how to launch a delayed reveal NFT drop. Whoa. Delayed reveal. You don't get the goods right up front. No. No, your community has to wait. They got to want it. They don't get it unless you give it to them. I am your host, Professor Rat Benatar from the Honeys team. It is so good to see you all. So good to be back in the booth. And of course, yes, Scuzz Rat, thank you for asking. I was hoping somebody might notice that. Can I get a hoop for some hoop? Hoop. I think there's like 6 or 7 hoops on here. We got the hoop hoodie. We got the official Honeys merch. Let's go. I don't know if I want it. My mind is telling me to put the hood on. My body is telling me no. But it's okay. We got big clunky headphones to deal with. We'll get through it. We're professionals here. We're gonna make it, chat. I promise you. Now, chat, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these concepts we're about to be talking about, may seem a little tricky at first. Might sound like whoa, delayed reveal NFT drop. That sounds like there's a lot of steps. It sounds like it's really complicated. Sounds like there's a whole lot going on. Maybe I don't have the technical skills for it. Maybe I don't have the mental fortitude to take care of this huge task. Maybe I don't know what IPFS is. Maybe I don't know what a delayed reveal is. Well, let me tell you one thing, chat. After today, you are going to feel so freaking smart that everybody else is going to be annoyed by your presence. Because I am here to show you that you can do this. If I can do this, if me, Rat Benatar, if I can do this, trust me, you can do this. We'll get through this together. I'm one of the cool professors. I meet you where you're at. I don't expect you to know everything. I'm here to answer your questions, here to solve your problems. Sunny days, it's so good to see you. Always a sunny day when you're here. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much for stopping by, Sunny of Hoop Scouts acclaim and fame. So good to see everybody. Okay, so I'm not just cutting a WWE promo here and talking a big game. I promise we're going to walk the walk too. So for all of you possible first timers here at Bunny University, here's the rub. Here's how it goes. Basically, what we're going to do here is we are going to walk through the process of creating this NFT drop. We're going to do it together. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. At any point, if you have any kinds of questions that I can answer, if I'm going too fast, if you didn't hear me properly, if you didn't catch what I was doing, if I just breeze over a concept, just put a big stop in chat. Wave your hands. Just be like, hey, hey, rat, 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 rat. I didn't catch that. Stop me. Stop me in my tracks. A pineapple on pizza, that's a great way to stop me in my tracks, because that's going to stop me no matter freaking what. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. But unfortunately, that's not the lesson that we're teaching here today. We'll get to pizza, hopefully, in Bunny University number 5, maybe number 6. I don't know. But the point is, if we're going over anything that seems too tricky or you need to stop me, please feel free to interrupt me. I love to answer questions, and I want to make sure that this is a beneficial class for all of you. I appreciate you taking the time on a Thursday evening to spend it with me. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do real quick, and then let's just jump right in. My goal is to have you out of here within the hour. And that should hopefully give you a little bit of confidence in just how easy some of this stuff is. This is truly stuff, like, the reason that we're showing you this is because we don't just think, we know that anybody can do this. And if there are certain things that, you're stuck on or whatever, ask a question, raise your hand, throw that pineapple pizza in the chat. We're here to answer you. The rest of the chat is here to answer you. The rest of the honeys are here to answer your questions and give you some answers, whether they be actual answers or joke answers, meme answers. We're kind of good at that. So basically, what we're going to do here today, chat, is I'm going to walk you through real quick at the top of the show just what a delayed reveal NFT drop is, in case you just have zero idea what we're talking about. Then I'm actually going to show you how to build it. We're going to walk through the steps together. This is being recorded, of course, so this will be available, after the fact. If we do go buy something and you want to rewatch it, you can absolutely rewatch it. And then finally, at the end, I'm going to show you what an actual already made project looks like. So if there are no questions up front, let's just get into it. It does look like we have one question. If you remove 2 legs, how many legs does a spider have? I'm going to say 6, but knowing Sonny and knowing just the basic concept of joke telling, I'm going to guess that the answer is not 6. How many legs does a spider have? Sonny, please enlighten us. Then we can get started. I'm going to take a quick sip. You have about 4 seconds to land this joke and really set the tone for the rest of Bunny University number 4. Danger, 8 legs. You think it still has 8 legs? Oh, 6 legs, 2 arms. Okay, it's a little highbrow. It's a little cerebral for me, but that's okay. I think thank you for teeing me up to get into this very, very serious, very highbrow content that we have here. One final thing, and then I promise we will get started here. I just want to let you know, kind of the final thing about Bunny University, especially if you're watching this after the fact, if you have no clue what Bunny University is. I'm not here just to, be a pretty face on camera. I know I'm pretty good at that. But more than anything else, what we want to do here is we want to make sure that anything that we're talking about here, any concept that we're going over, what we do is we actually put together a course syllabus, almost like a homework assignment, like a checklist that you can fill out after the fact. So it's basically just going to encompass everything, all the major concepts that we go over today. We just want to make sure that, if you are interested in pursuing an NFT delayed reveal drop of your own, that we give you a handful of steps or boxes that you can check off that demonstrates that you understood the concept, you know how all of this works. You ended up actually going ahead and launching it all by your bad self, like I know that you can do. And if you do that, we're going to reward you. We're going to reward you with a certificate, an NFT certificate that says you, sunnydays.eth, you, scuzzrat.eth, you, glazy.eth. I love that you're all .eth people. These are my people. That you are certified. You have the skills to, put your money where your mouth is to make things happen. So that way you can take that certificate and say, hey, employers, check me out. You're looking for somebody that can launch a project. I got it. And I have this awesome certificate here that says, I know what I'm talking about. I know how to do this. And I'm going to do an awesome job for you because we want you to make money. We want you to get a job. We want you to spend as much time as possible helping us build Web3. And so Bunny University is really just our hope that you will go ahead and take what you've learned and apply it, in your real life, whether that be trying to get the next job, trying to launch your own NFT contract, trying to make a name for yourself, as I know that you all should and you all have. And Cryptolito, of course, how could I forget? I was just talking to you in chat. Cryptolito.eth. Everybody is a .eth here. I love it. I am, of course, rapbenatar.eth. So let's get into it. Anyway, the point is, with all of that, there will be a syllabus and a checklist provided after the show. It's going to look something like this. It will have a fancy checklist that you can just check off the boxes real easy. It's really fun to just hit those boxes and say, yeah, I did this, I did this, I did this. And hey, certificate, please. Money, please. It's going to be a really fun time. So now that I've actually wasted your time enough, let's go ahead and get into the show. So probably the first thing that's going to be important in understanding what we're doing here today is actually understanding what a delayed reveal NFT drop is. And I can explain it pretty quickly. It's pretty simple. So basically, when you think of maybe a traditional NFT mint, it almost seems weird to say traditional. I know it's still fairly new for everybody, but we've all been around the blockchain a bit. It's right off the top of the dome. Hope you appreciate that one. So when you think of like maybe a traditional mint, the way it works is maybe you don't know. Maybe if you go to a website and you try to pick up a piece from a project before it's minted out, much like Honey's was, you had a vague idea of what you were going to get. You knew like what the possibilities were. You knew some of the characters. Maybe you've seen them from other mints that have already taken place. Maybe you don't know exactly which one you're going to get, but you have a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like, what the traits are. You already know what you're gunning for. You know what the common traits are and the rare traits are, and you're just minting this project. And the instant that you mint it, you get to see that beautiful piece of artwork that you've gone ahead and paid for, and it's just instantly revealed to you. Well, this is a little bit different. This is going to be a delayed reveal, and you've probably seen this before. But the general concept is, if there's some kind of big secret event or a big mystery thing, something that's got a lot of hype around it, something that's got a lot of promise, a lot of possibility, but maybe the creator has a reason for holding back on all of the specifics right up front. They want to build a little bit of that suspense. They want to build a little little bit of that mystery, a little bit of that hype, um, they can go ahead and use what's called a delayed reveal. And so what that is you actually mint the project. So you purchase an NFT and now you hold that NFT and you go to look at the OpenSea collection and guess what? They all look exactly the same. And that's because they haven't been revealed yet. You are looking at a project that has kind of like placeholder content in it to say, hey, on this date, maybe 7 days from now or 10 days from now, we're just going to reveal which traits everybody has. And so you get kind of like placeholder content up front and you're kind of playing the game with everybody else to say like, oh man, like, do I want to sell now? What if I sell and when the thing gets revealed, it turns out that I was actually holding a super, super rare special thing that was going to get me all kinds of cool stuff, or maybe it would make me all kinds of money. And it's just like a fun additional element that you can throw on top of your NFT drop, as opposed to, more traditional, which is you mint the piece, you know exactly what you got when you get it. So that is what we're talking about when we talk about an NFT delayed reveal drop. And I am so thrilled to show you that Third Web website. I'll put the link in the chat right here. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it. I've created a number of videos for Third Web on their YouTube channel. Third Web is this platform that's really, really good at taking what used to be these really abstract, difficult concepts and making them super, super approachable and cheap, if not free. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm actually going to build a delayed reveal NFT drop using content that I already have available to me. I'm going to walk you through the steps, and yeah, let's just dive right in. I'm excited for you to see how easy this is because before platforms like Third Web came along, it was really, really, really complicated to be able to actually you'd have to go in through IPFS and update the metadata and update the contract URIs or the token URIs. And just even talking about that sounds complicated. Instead, they have a really, really nice, easy to use, easy to follow dashboard that's just going to make this just fun and exciting and approachable. So yeah, let's see. Question from Scuzzrat. Can we discuss the need for commit reveal schemes that ensure that the creator can't pre-assign rarities? Yeah. So, are you talking? Are you asking if the creator is committing to? Are you basically asking like, is the creator automatically going to know what's rare and what's not ahead of time? Yeah, for no sneaky business. Yeah, we're actually going to get into that. We're going to show you, I'm going to show you today how you can actually, if you're the creator and you're worried about people thinking that some kind of funny business is going on, some kind of sneaky business, how you can avoid that as well. So, Rat knows and will mint all the legend. That is also true. Rat always wins. That's actually not true at all. So thirdweb.com, I'm not trying to be a total walking billboard for them, but I do think that they're really cool. They are also a freemium platform. So you can go in here and the only fees that you're actually paying on any of this stuff is just the actual gas fees, the transaction fees themselves. Third Web does not take a cut out of any of your stuff. You are not subjected to, additional fees on top of, the kinds of fees that you might see in OpenSea or anything like that. So for those reasons, for the lack of, uh, egregious fees as well as their overall simplicity. I happen to like Third Web. There's a lot of good platforms out there. I just happen to be most familiar with Third Web. So we're going to walk through Third Web together. So you can just log in, you sign up right by connecting your wallet. Today for this class, I'm going to be on the Mumbai testnet. It is a Polygon testnet. That's because this is not an actual collection that I'm going to be demonstrating that I'm attempting to sell to you. And I don't want to actually spend my money in making this demonstration. So I'm going to use a test net, which again is another really high benefit of Third Web. The fact that I can go in here and just mess around all that I want on a test net without actually having to spend any actual money. And that way I know after extensive testing that I'm going to get exactly what I want, exactly what I'm going for. And then when I'm ready, I can actually commit it to either Ethereum mainnet or Polygon mainnet. Start making that money, start making that Skrilla. So we could be here for hours and hours and hours talking about all the different things that Third Web has to offer. Today, we are just talking about the NFT drop. The NFT drop is probably the most common NFT launch procedure or protocol that we're all familiar with, which is basically I, as the creator, I put up a bunch of art, I set it up on a website, and then people in my community can come to my website and mint their pieces from my website. So that's what we're going to be going over today. So I'm going to choose an NFT drop. And as soon as I click on that contract, it's going to show me all the different details about that contract, use cases and examples. So this is showing, use cases are, I could be releasing a PFP collection. I could end up releasing NFTs of my artwork and have my community mint them for a given price. I could even create a restricted access NFT drop where only a specified list of wallets can claim NFTs. And I'm seeing that there is a commercial. If you are, I'm going to type this out as I'm saying it. If you are subscribed to the channel, you will not see these advertisements. And I'm going to let you know that you can subscribe for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Because guess what? Amazon owns Twitch. You can actually subscribe to the Crypto Stacy's channel for free. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You wish you could sub with ETH? I also wish that you could sub with ETH. I would happily accept ETH. Anyway, again, what I'm doing is I'm launching this NFT drop contract. We're going to get into it. So I could read further and further in on all of these details and notes. They're really good about making sure that, if you're worried about things like potential contract hacks or, possible things that are exposed, or maybe they're not tidied up, they haven't been audited. Guess what? They are really good about providing all of the audit reports. You can see that this was most recently updated just a couple weeks ago. So they're on top of what they're talking about here. It's all vetted. It's all audited by approved third parties and so on and so on. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit deploy now. And so immediately I'm going to be hit with a couple things that I need to answer. And so now we're going to shift from, what it means to be prepared for the actual creation process and, navigating Third Web. And we're going to shift just a second, just a little sidestep shimmy into steps that you can take as a creator to make sure that your process in trying to actually create this stuff goes as smoothly as possible. And so what I'm going to show you is just kind of my personal favorite setup of folders and like file structure. So that way this part can go super, super smooth. So in my other tab here, I'm going to go into Google Drive. And so I actually have basically everything that I'm going to need today in this Google Drive folder. So we'll get to all of these individually in a second, but one of the most important things that I have here is I have a document for all of my notes. And this will just contain all of the different things that I need to make this launch happen. And so there's a bunch of stuff on here. We will get to all of it. I'm not going to talk about all of it immediately, but this is just going to be really helpful for us and hopefully in the future for you as you are setting up your NFT drop. And so because I've done this a couple times, I already know, kind of what things that I need to be thinking of. Like today, we are going to be going through, you'll see my collection of AI cupcakes, AI honeys that I've generated. So, of course, because of that, the collection name is AI Cupcakes. And so because I've already thought of this stuff ahead of time, I can just come in here like a real hot shot and just hit the copy and paste. I don't even need to type anything. So I got to put in the collection name. That's going to be the name that people will see if they go to a place like OpenSea. They'll see that that's the name of the collection. Every single NFT drop or NFT contract that you deploy is going to have its own token symbol. And so we're going to go with AI Cup. I'll let you figure out how I came up with that super, super clever token symbol. And then we need a collection description. And so today we're going to embark on a journey of endless imagination with our generative art project, where every piece is a unique, one-of-a-kind creation, now available as an NFT collection. And I'm just going to copy and paste that bad boy right in there. Okay. We'll talk about what the placeholder stuff means in just a second. So now let's shift back real quick over to Third Web again and what they're asking for. So again, to reiterate, what we're doing here is we are actually setting up like all of the formal details around the NFT contract, around the drop that we're about to put out. So if people go on to Etherscan or in our case today, Polygon Scan, they will see, okay, the project name is AI Cupcakes. Here's the token symbol. We also want to make sure that people kind of have an idea of what they're getting into. So we give them a description here. That's, again, all this stuff also shows up on places like OpenSea or Rarible or Blur, anything like that. And, you want to make sure that people at least understand what your project's about or, entice them to participate in your project. And so I'm also just going to upload a file as well. So we will do that. And let me see here. I'm just going to, what I'm actually going to do is grab my file from Google Drive, because again, we thought ahead and we're just going to use that. The cool thing about the collection image is we can use a JPEG, PNG, or we can use a GIF, like an animated image. And so in that case, we are doing that. Question from chat, does Blur support Polygon? No, actually they do not. And the instant that I said that, I was filled with total regret because I was wondering if anybody would call that out, because no, they actually do not support Polygon. It was a terrible, terrible improvisation from your host today, because I'm giving out bad information. It was a bad example to pull from. They support a lot, but they do not support Polygon yet. But good question. Okay, so the other stuff in here is going to be things like your, where your sales, like where does the money go for any sales that you pull up. By default, it's just going to go to the wallet that you are connected with. And so primary sales is going to be, once I put this on my website, who is going to be receiving the money for those sales? Well, if I'm doing the work, better dang well be me. So that's good that it defaults to that. And then royalties. Royalties are constantly a highly contested issue. For today, we're just going to go with the classic meme number. And I'm going to say that all secondary sales that take place on places like OpenSea, not on Blur, on Rarible, on LooksRare, maybe. I'm not super familiar with them. All places that support Polygon, I'm going to receive royalties for that as well. And we're going with the classic for 20%. Let's go. Finally, I get to confirm my network, my chain. This is good. I'm on Mumbai. This means that I'm not actually going to be spending any money here, even though, gotta say, these are pretty gorgeous AI cupcakes. Might actually try to sell a few at some point. But for now, we're not getting greedy. We're just going to push ahead on the test net and do our test thing. So once all these details look good, I'm going to hit deploy now. And we will be asked to confirm the transaction in MetaMask. I'm going to go ahead and do that. In the meantime, while that's confirming, we got a highlighted message in chat. ratbenatar.eth is accepting ETH in all amounts, big and small. That is very factually correct. That is entirely correct. ratbenatar is always accepting ETH to that address. Leo Sal, you actually own one of those AI cupcakes. Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. I thought I could sneak that past you, and you caught me. Yeah, that last one in the gift there, that is actually yours. That is a confirmed Hoop Scout. Good to see you, Leo. Thank you for joining. All right, so there's a ton of information here right on the screen, and I promise I'm going to try to pick up the pace just a little bit here. So there's a ton of information, and again, we could spend hours talking about all of this information and what this does. And I encourage you to take a look if you are getting into your third web account on all the super cool stuff that you can do and all the different settings and information that they provide for you. Basically, what they're giving you here is all of the tools to either do this in an entirely, like, if you're a developer and you really want to launch things from scratch as much as possible, and you want to build your own website from scratch and do all kinds of really super custom options, you can totally do that, and it's going to show you all of the different events that you can trigger and all of the different code snippets that they have available for you. But it's also really good for people that have no clue when it comes to actually, coding something, or they've never seen a GitHub repository. It is super, super user friendly for people that maybe you're just an artist, you have no interest in learning how to code, but you know that you want to start an NFT collection. Trust me, they have options for you, and that's kind of what we're focusing on today. So they have a whole bunch of cool stuff here. We're going to get right into this NFTs tab. That's definitely the most exciting tab here. And so basically what we have here is one major option that we're going to pick. Now, if I wanted to uh, really just like if I was doing this as like a one of one collection and every single one was created individually by hand and uh, I wanted to make it like a very prolonged and drawn out process, I could do single upload, meaning that I am uploading one piece at a time and I'm taking my time very carefully with each piece and everything has very specific details. Or we can do what we're doing here today, which is we're going to be doing a batch upload and we're just going to put 100 different unique NFTs into this contract kind of all at once. And so we're going to do a little bit of a dance again between the actual third web interface as well as our kind of what we've prepared ahead of time. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we are going to do a batch upload for today. And what you're going to see right away is a screen full of text and information. And the important thing here is basically what they're saying is, hey, when you go to upload things in bulk, there's a specific way that you should do it to ensure that everything looks okay, that everything gets added correctly. They give you some example templates to follow. I will be including these in the the resources and things that get made available after the class. But they have all the information here. They explain what you can do, what you can't do. And you actually have a lot of freedom here. Like if you have, let's say you have like a mixed collection where it's, you want to, maybe you have like 100 or 1,000 pieces and, 99% of them are static images. But that 1%, like the super rare ones, those are videos or GIFs or anything like that. You can include all of that all in the same upload. It's really handy. They make it super easy for you to follow their template. So in the meantime, I've already gone ahead and done that. I've already downloaded this example CSV, this example spreadsheet, and I've kind of pre-populated my Google Drive folder with all of this information. And so I'm going to kind of show you two different things here. And this is where the actual like artistic and NFT planning side comes into play. So I really have like two main folders here. There's not a lot that I needed to prepare ahead of time other than the actual art itself. And so in one folder, I have all of my art assets. And so I have 100 here. They're all numbered 1.jpg all the way up to 100.jpg. Okay, so I have that. That's really kind of the most important part. It's making sure that you actually have, the art squared away. But then once your art is taken care of, really the other major thing that you're going to do here is you're going to build out your spreadsheet. And that is where that example tutorial CSV comes in real big handy from Third Web. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to give you something that looks like this. I will pull that up in a separate sheet real quick just so you can see it. So you can see what it looks like, what they give you to start with. And basically what they show you is like, okay, you're going to have a spreadsheet here where you give each NFT in your list here a name, a description. You can give it an external URL, background color, YouTube URL. Some of these are specific things to OpenSea. Again, we're not really getting into the specifics around what every single exact trait does. The really important stuff is we can actually even just, in most cases, just delete these properties and really just focus on these. So we know that each token needs a name, each token needs a description, and then additional properties can be added. So if I wanted to do like background color, or outfit, or I don't know, mood, or uh, I don't know, favorite food, whatever I wanted. Basically what I'm doing here is I am preparing my list of traits that are going to be assessed across my entire collection here. And I am going to make my spreadsheet match my different assets here. So that's really the end goal here is uh, basically what we're doing with all of this is we are making sure that, hey, if I'm talking about token number 1, then I am going to be describing this token right here, 1.jpg. And so I'm going to, this is an AI cupcake. We're going to say background color. The background color is kind of like this weird, like orangish yellow, like macaroni and cheese orange. If you remember that from the thick crayon pack, the 64 pack that your mom didn't buy for you, but your friend's mom always bought for you. Outfit. Let's see. It's kind of like almost like a sexy Batman thing that we got here going on. Batwoman. We want to be specific and be correct about things. Mood, I'm going to say that's a pretty fierce mood. And favorite food, I'm going to say her lips are blue, her hair's blue. I'm going to say maybe she likes blueberries. And so you would go through and go ahead and do that for all of your different pieces. And again, really your goal here is you want to make sure that when you are doing token number 1, that it's going to match up with asset number 1. And then you just move on from there. Now, I know it sounds like fun for us to go through all 100 together and decide all the traits together. But unfortunately, we just don't have that kind of time. And so I've actually already gone ahead and prepared all of this ahead of time. So what I have here is my spreadsheet with all 100. Okay. And I have my name, my description. We have a color style. We have the actual name of that AI cupcake. We have their place of origin, and we have their favorite food or drink. And some of these, if you're looking close, you might recognize some of these places of origin or favorite foods. Little rock lobster action there for sunny days. Little bubbly wubbly in there for Leo. ChatGPT did not make these traits. We forced our Honeys community to come up with these traits and stole it from them because that's just the kind of community that we are. Although I shouldn't say that. I lied just a second there. I did have ChatGPT come up with a number of different names here. Rooftacular, good to see you. Good timing. We were just cracking jokes about honey lore. Thank you for joining. It's good to see you. You're a little bit late for school, but it's okay. This is university. It's not grade school. I'm not going to reprimand you in front of the whole class. Just glad you made it at all. So in some chat, what we've done here is we've gone ahead and created this spreadsheet so that way, row 1, really for token 1, this is describing, this row here is describing AI cupcake number 1. And then the next row down is describing AI cupcake number 2, and so on, all the way through 100. So does that all make sense? Are we on the same page so far, chat? I know I've talked a lot without very, very much break at all. Believe it or not, I know it sounds like I've just been talking a whole bunch and not Not doing a whole lot, but believe me, we're actually almost done. There's really not that many steps that we have to go from here, and all of the final steps are super, super fun and hopefully save you a lot of time when you're actually doing this yourself. We got Rat Sunny said, go to the office. You don't wanna. Well, you're throwing pineapples here in the chat. I'm really conflicted because Sunny threw pineapples in the chat and I don't like pineapple. There, I said it. So, you can both go to the office. That's what I have to say. All right, as long as we are all hunky dory and all good, we now get into some of the final steps here. And really, this is kind of the most fun part because this is where we get from going from like conceptual things and like all the planning phases. And now in these last couple steps, you actually get to see like, oh, how does this all come together? What's it going to look like? Um, did I do this correctly? All those questions get answered in the next couple steps. So here is what we're going to do. And this is what Third Web requires in order to make sure that all of this stuff goes smoothly. Basically, you are going to upload one folder. It's going to have both your actual art, your image assets, all of your artwork here, named and ordered sequentially, 1 through 100. And what you have to do is all you have to do is grab your CSV, your spreadsheet that you've built here. You're just going to throw that in the exact same folder. And so that way both pieces are in the same folder. So you have all of your art and you have your spreadsheet that all the different rows on there correspond with the pieces on here. So if we go back in the folder, we should see it. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. So now I have this folder. What I want to do, actually, what I'm going to have to do is just thinking about how Google Drive works. I'm going to download this folder super quick. And when I say super quick, it might take like 30 seconds. There's a lot of art in here. This is oversight by the professor. There we go. It's not as bad as we thought. Okay. So we got our assets folder here. And again, I open it up and I see JPEGs 1 through 100. And then I see my CSV in here. So that looks Gucci. I can come in here to Third Web. I'm just going to take my folder. And apparently I messed something up. Not sure quite what I did. Telling me no CSV found in that particular file. Sure looked like there was one to me, but what do I know? Just the professor here. So I'm just going to do something real quick. I'm going to make just a brand new folder on my desktop. I know you can't see this. Will just take a second. All I'm doing is I am basically copying that folder that we just downloaded from Google Drive. I'm just putting it in a brand new clean folder on my desktop. And we're going to take that folder in instead. And we're going to hope this works. Else this will be quite a disappointing class. Let's see. in Mumbai, AI. What are we calling this? Let's see. I know that I deployed the contract. See, chat, you get to experience the terror of doing something live with really no recourse if something goes wrong, which is always a great time. There we go. There's our AI cupcakes. Okay. Just pretend, get creative in your mind that those last 30 seconds didn't happen, and we'll be in a good place. Okay, so we grabbed, just again for clarification, what we did was we grabbed the folder that we had here, built in Google Drive. It has our 100 pieces. It's got our spreadsheet that dictates all of the different metadata around these pieces. They all line up. And so the nice thing from Third Web is they don't just expect you to take their word for it. They actually show you, like, oh, okay, this is what this stuff's going to look like. So nothing has been made official here. Nothing's finalized. This is a review step where I can go, okay, here's the first honey in the spreadsheet. Her name's Lily. Her color style is warm. She's from the grid, and her favorite food or drink is Moondrop honey. And so if I take a look at my spreadsheet, the very first cupcake in this list, guess what? Her name is Lily. She's from the grid, and she freaking loves Moondrop honey. We can go through and verify all 100 pieces, make sure that they are all set up correctly, make sure that everything looks proper. And you know what? I'm just a really, really fast reader. It looks like everything was added exactly the way that I wanted. So I'm feeling pretty hoop about that. Let me know if you're feeling hoop about that. 100 pieces. Let's go. Everything looks awesome. And then finally, we get to really kind of the biggest part of this class. It's the reason that we're all here. We are setting up we're not setting up a reveal upon mint. I don't want people to know what they're buying. I want to make them wait a little bit. I want to build that anticipation. I want to make them a little nuts. You know, I want to really wheel and deal them. Thank you for the hoops. I'm going to make them swear. So instead of just this super, super boring reveal upon mint option, we'll make them sweat too. We'll make them sweat and swear. We are going to choose the delayed reveal option. And again, this is going to allow us to put in a placeholder, and that way we can reveal them in a later time. So there's just a couple different things here to solve for, to answer, and then all of our pieces are uploaded, and there's really only like one step left after that. So when you are setting up a delayed reveal, again, they make it so stinking easy for you. This is so much easier than going the like developer route, or the way that it had been for basically ever, up until maybe like 6 months ago. So basically what it's going to ask you to do is come up with a password right off the bat. And this password is super, super important, because this password is what allows you to go from the pre-reveal state to the revealed state, where you actually get to show everybody what they just got. Um, so if you lose this password, you will never be able to reveal your NFTs to your community. And I know you're thinking, well, who's actually going to do that? And I'm proud to tell you that uh, about 6 or 7 months ago, I was tipped off to an NFT project that did this, and they lost their password. And so I just have a couple of placeholders in my OpenSea collection. Just use your seed phrase so you don't forget. Perfect. Make the password password. We can do that. I am not recommending that you do this for your own account, but just so that way you can all see how this is going to go down. We're going to go ultra sneaky here. We'll throw in the capital P. We'll give it a capital P just to throw them off. And we're going to say capital P password. Okay, so what I'm going to do is once I have my hopefully way more secure password than something like that, I'm going to write that down in a super secure place, a place where I will never misplace it. I will always know what it is. Hopefully, it's hidden in something like 1Password. Something easy to find and come back to. So that way, at my point of choosing, I can come back in here later and actually reveal these NFTs. So I'm writing down my password. And then here, we're going to take one look back at our pre-stream notes so that way we can finish off my placeholder stuff here. So basically to kind of complete the picture here on what we're doing, again, if you're just joining us and you're kind of still iffy on the concept of a delayed reveal, basically what we're doing here is we are providing we're providing placeholder content on your batch of NFTs. So that way people aren't seeing exactly what they got, the instant that they mint it. They're getting the same generic placeholder that everybody else in the collection has gotten, and it is up to you as the creator, as the owner of the project, as the founder of the project, to make sure that you're doing it in like a fun, entertaining, enticing manner. Not a scammy manner. You don't want to fake people out. Give something that people can get excited about. Maybe you give them a little bit of a sneak peek as to what some of the art pieces look like. So that way you can really pique their interest and get them hoping that like, oh wow, maybe I get that cool golden one, or like whatever it may be. And so once again, you can either just use a static image or you can use a GIF. And so once again, I'm just going to use this handy dandy animated GIF. That's going to be my placeholder. It's going to show off a handful of the possible options. And I'm going to come into my notes file. And luckily I've already written, what I want to say here. So that way, again, I can just copy and paste. So my placeholder name is going to be AI Cupcakes pre-reveal. This is also kind of an important thing. I know it might sound like it's overly obvious or redundant, but it's also just kind of like good faith and best practices just to make it abundantly clear to people that are collecting from you, especially because not everybody is on the same page. They're not on the same, they might not all be on the same level of understanding as you are. You want people to know kind of what they're getting into as best as possible. There are ways to create hype and mystique and interest around a project and still like maintain a couple secrets without doing it in like a a scummy way or a backhanded way. So I'm letting people know up front, as obviously as possible, that these are pre-reveal, and I'm letting them know that the reveal is happening on April 1st. And so again, I'm going to put that in here. And then I get this one last super nice option that saves me as the creator a ton of time when I'm going ahead and doing this, which is I can actually just check this box and I can shuffle the order of the NFTs before uploading. So what that's going to do is it's going to take this list that maybe it was easy for me to just do like if I'm doing, 1,000 or 10,000, and there's 1,000 red ones and 1,000 blue ones and 1,000 green ones. And like, yeah, it would be nice if I can just knock out all the red ones in one shot, knock out all the green ones in one shot. And so when I'm actually like building my spreadsheet and creating these images, it allows me as the artist, as the creator, to keep things as easy as possible on myself, to just say like, I'm just going to make this spreadsheet in order, all of all of these NFTs from 1 to 1,000 look this way and have these traits, and from 1,001 to 2,000 they all have the next trait, and so on. And so I can make my spreadsheet a little bit easier, knowing that by the time I come into third web, uh, I can have a little bit of fun and I can check this box and it's going to shuffle the order. And what it's going to do is it's going to randomize the order in which these get drawn. And so by doing this, AI Cupcake 1 is no longer going to be the first NFT that gets minted from this. It's just going to be, it's going to be randomized, and it's going to, uh, just make it a little bit more like a little bit more exciting. Like nobody really knows when that special one is going to come up. And Scuzz, this kind of actually answers that question that you had back at the beginning of the class. Is like that's just like a nice way to be able to, if you are the creator, kind of gives you a little bit of good faith as well in front of your audience. So that way you can say like, hey, like this was randomized by a third party. I don't know the order in which these are being revealed. I'm not going to be able to tip anybody off to say like, oh, hey, like item number 67 is coming up next, and like that's the good one. Like, so this is just a really good feature that makes it super easy for you, the creator, to have fun with your community, to keep that element of surprise, to keep your actual spreadsheet creation easy on yourself while still getting access to the randomization function, which we all know is like a super fun part of NFTs, especially in kind of a blind mint here. So we are going to upload our 100 NFTs. We are going to sign a transaction. Are there any questions or anything that's coming to mind that I can answer? This will take just a brief moment. I'm going to take another sippy sip. But if you have questions, feel free to put them now in the chat while we wait for this to upload. And then really I have like one last thing to show you before we can call this project done. Scuzzrat, you love Bunny University. I love that you love Bunny University. G Lazy, you are so stinking welcome. Roof, just really quick, you missed the beginning. What's the site you're using? I am using a site called Third Web. Third Web is myself and Honeys is not necessarily sponsored or anything by Third Web, but we are just like really big fans of their product, and for a couple reasons. Number one, it is a free product to use. Free in the sense that Third Web is not, they're not taking a cut. Like if you do launch a project, they're not going to take a cut of your sales. The only thing that you will be charged are the actual like gas fees, transaction fees, to make all of these interactions happen. Otherwise they are totally free to use. And they also just take a lot of they have a lot of like done for you like base models that you can work off of. And so like we're doing this NFT drop for this class, but like we use this to build hoop scouts, for example, which is like a totally wildly different type of collection. And we've used them to do all kinds of things. And there's already like 800 different things um, that they offer as like pre-built contracts that like I haven't even have time to look into to explore yet. But yes, and Sonny brings up a final good point, which is they work with multiple chains, both on the actual mainnet and the testnet. So like we're doing this tutorial on Mumbai testnet, Polygon testnet, so that way it's not actually costing any money, and so we can experiment and test things out and make sure that things go according to plan. If I'm unsure of how something's going to look or how it's going to work, how it's going to appear on OpenSea, I can go ahead and just throw it on a test net and work that way. And yeah, they do. They support ETH, Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, and a couple others. I can actually probably bring it up in a second. Which is let's see. Can do. There you go. ETH, Polygon, Phantom, Avalanche, Optimism, and Arbitrum, which are layer twos of ETH. Binance Smart Chain. And then, of course, you have a couple others that, some of these contracts are very specific to the chains that they work on, but like they also have like some gaming things that work on Solana. So they're really like well diversified, and so that is a extremely long answer to your very very simple question of what platform this is. But I hope you check them out. Hope you like it. It's nice and simple to use. All right, we are almost done. Thank you for hanging in there so far with me. So let me just explain what we're looking at real quick. Again, I promise we are almost done. Just a couple more fun things to go over. So what we've done here is the upload process is now complete. We have all 100 pieces added in here, and they've all been randomized. So what was number one on our spreadsheet is no longer number one in this list. They've all been shuffled. And even I, as the creator, don't know which is which. We've also done this as a delayed reveal. And that is why all 100 of them currently look exactly the same with the same placeholder content. And so when somebody goes to mint this, it's currently in its pre-reveal state. And so people won't know exactly which traits they've gotten until I, as the creator, come in here and hit the button to change that. And so that doesn't just affect the actual like art that they're seeing. It's not like people, like if somebody minted piece number 1 here, token ID 0. It's not as though like they're going to see this placeholder GIF, but they'll be able to secretly see in the details like, oh, cool, I got that super sick trait. Like no, like the pre-reveal covers up all of the metadata, all of the specific traits, so that way truly every single person kind of has the same thing, and then it becomes that game of do I hold on to it, do I trade it, a little bit of that FOMO action, constantly guessing, do I hold on to it, do I keep it, do I trade it, what could it be, so on and so forth. So that's kind of where that comes in. And so of course, one of the final steps here, if you've actually gone to all this work, if you've created the art, if you've set up the contract, if you've put in all of the metadata, if you've gotten this far, uh, you probably want to make sure that people know where they can actually buy it, and set that up for them. And so for doing that, we're going to go to the claim conditions. So claim conditions is uh, kind of what it sounds like. It's being able to set up the details around this mint. And this truly is one of my absolute all-time favorite features around Third Web, because they give you a ton of different options here, a ton of functionality, and uh, basically it's just kind of like a set it and forget it. Like it's uh, almost entirely automated for you. We're not going to harp over every single individual detail here, but I want to give you like kind of the bigger picture of what you can do here. So with the claim conditions, you can set up a schedule for different time periods that have different conditions around minting. And so, for example, like a very classic example is, hey, I'm launching. Maybe I already have an established community where I'm friends with other established communities. And what I want to do is I'm launching this brand new NFT collection, and I want to kind of put on like a pre-sale, like an allow list kind of pre-sale uh, for, for my initial holders or my initial friends or like just this specific community. And so I can actually set up a pre-sale phase and say, hey, this phase is going to go on. It'll start February 27th. This is my pre-sale phase. I'm going to let people mint it for really nice and cheap, 0.01. And I'm going to say, in answering the question, who can claim NFTs during this phase? Not just any wallet, not any wallet. We're going to do only specific wallets. And so if I've built that like allow list, if I've built that list of people on my presale, once again, can drag that CSV right in here, and that will just automatically know when your holders or potential holders come to your website and they connect their wallets so that way they can mint. If they're not on the list, it's like that. It's like that club in that episode of It's Always Sunny. If you're not on the list, you're not getting in. I don't care how much you talk trash to the bouncer, you're not getting in. Third Web they're too good for that. So a classic setup would be to go, okay, we're going to run the pre-sale just for those pre-approved people, and we'll run that for a couple days, and we'll say the public sale will begin on March 1st. And that at that point, you can really gouge them at 0.02. And you can say, this one is for any wallet and so on and so forth. And you can, let the public sale commence after the VIPs kind of get their first dibs. And the cool thing about this is because I've scheduled this to say, hey, the pre-sale starts at February 27th and the public sale starts at March 1st. It will automatically, at the right date and time, just switch over from phase 1 to phase 2, so that I don't have to go back onto my website and actually like configure anything. I don't have to come back to Third Web. I don't have to check to make sure that anything changed, or that I have to change anything or save something or make a new transaction. Like it's just automatically going to happen. It will automatically shift from phase to phase to phase, and you can put as many different phases in here as you wish, and you can get really creative on the things that you're doing. For me, I'm going to do, just for the demo's sake, we actually have some notes on this on exactly what we want to do. So we're going to do our pre-sale on, we're going to open it up on March 1st. And I'm going to say, okay, this begins March 1st at 12 p.m. at noon. And my cost is 0.01 ETH. So I can actually come in here and change my currency that I'm accepting. I can accept in a couple different things. Even if I have my own custom currency with my own project, like if Honey's had its own token, I could set this to, uh, you have to pay in that specific token if I wanted to do that. And I'm going to say that this is just the pre-sale, the pre-reveal, um, and then finally my mint limitations. I'm going to say how many NFTs can be claimed per wallet. Well, because it's the pre-sale, I want to cap the number at 5. I only have 100 here in this list, and I don't want it to just completely run out during the pre-sale. I don't want to bum out, anybody that's not on the list. So I'm going to put a cap there at 5 and just say, you can only have 5. And then finally, in phase 2, this is like what I'm going to call the public sale. And we will start this March 8th. Okay. And we'll say we're going to raise the price to 0.03, but anybody can claim it and at any amount. Basically, we're just going for sellout here. And I can save my claim phases. One final, actually, it's the second to last transaction that we need to do here because there's one final transaction we'll have to make in a second. But this is really like the big one. So that way you can say, okay, like now I'm pretty much all set. I have the art, I have the metadata, everything's been uploaded. I've now set the terms and conditions for the mint. And what people can expect here when it comes to actually minting this project. We're not going to get into today just the actual building a website to actually maybe publish this on a specific website or build a website of our own. We've actually already covered that in a previous Bunny University, and I definitely encourage you to check out. I will drop this link in the chat as well, which is right there. You can check that out on your own time. Check out a previous class. I think it was Bunny University #1. But basically what they're going to give you is they'll give you this really, really handy widget where you can publish this on your website, really just anywhere that accepts HTML. They make it super, super easy. You can even just give people, I mean, it's not going to be the prettiest thing. It's always nice if you have your own website, but you can even just give people this URL that you have here inside of the iframe, and people can just visit this site itself, and they can connect their wallet, they can mint, and so on and so forth. Literally the final step. Now that you've sold hopefully some AI cupcakes, some NFTs of your own, now is the big reveal time. And boy, do they make it nice and easy. Does anybody remember what our password was? So that way we can actually reveal these cupcakes. We don't want them to stay hidden forever. Did anybody write it down? Yes, of course. The password is password. Cynical, thank you for the kind words. I got one more special surprise for you in just a second. If you're hanging out, so good to see you. Thanks for the big ups. Big ups to you back. Thanks for chilling. So yeah, so uh, we'll just say that because it's my class and I'm running this, and I'm going to say that today is April 1st, and we are ready to reveal these NFTs. All I have to do is put in the password, which is password with a capital P, of course. I'm going to hit confirm. And here we go. This is exciting. We're gonna finally reveal. Gonna see who's getting what. Honeys are in fact bunnies and vice versa. So yes. Thank you for calling that out, Roof. Alrighty. Oh, look at that. So Scarlett took first place. So Scarlett, then Elizabeth, Sabrina, Sophia. We got a really cool kind of futuristic looking, like Unreal Engine looking honey here in Charlotte. So yeah. So like I did it. I did the feature and I practically missed it myself. It's that quick. It's that easy to just be like, oh, okay, like it's time to reveal. Just gonna put in the password, sign the transaction, and it's done. And now everybody that's already minted one is finally going to get the big reveal. They're going to see all of the metadata associated with those tokens. You, as the contract owner, you can always come in here at any time and see, any of these different tokens, who owns them, what their token ID is, what their metadata is. And at this point, if any of your tokens are not minted just yet, just like ours are technically in this demo, at this point, yes, you will know as the creator which token ID is going to be which. So my best advice, if you are doing a delayed reveal and you are, watching this back and you're going, okay, cool, that all made sense. I want to do this for myself. My advice to you, certainly not the only way. My advice to you is to run this with maybe a smaller amount, something that maybe you are a little bit more confident that is going to sell out. So that way you can do the actual reveal once the collection is sold out and once there's no more once minting basically is done. Can be a little bit of a tricky game. You got to kind of know your audience a little bit because you don't want to get in a situation where, I don't know, you hit that awkward spot where some of them are revealed, some of them are not. But again, maybe depending on what situation you come up with or what narrative you have behind your story or whatever the driving forces behind your story is, maybe that actually makes perfect sense for you. There's no wrong answer when it comes to setting this kind of thing up. I may have advice on how to like technically structure things, but there are so many creative ways that you can go about this that if you put enough effort into thinking around the story, thinking about who your community is, who your target customer is, what do you like? What do you as the artist like to see? You can come up with so many different possible solutions for how you actually run this project. So yeah, so we did it. We did it, chat. I hope that that explanation and that demo went nice and smooth for you. I hope all of that made sense. I'm going to take just one last quick pause here for questions. Don't go anywhere just yet. I got one last thing to show you. One last thing to show you before we call it a night. Before I do that, I just want to say again, I'm reiterating for people that, maybe are just tuning in recently or they're watching back. and they're wondering like, okay, like you showed us all this, like now what do we do? After this class is over, we're doing this class February 9th, 2023. After this class is over, I will be in the Honey's Discord, and I'm going to post a course syllabus, which is really just kind of like your checklist. Again, at any point, if you go through this and you create a delayed reveal NFT drop of your own, check out our Discord at discord.gg/honeys. Grab that course syllabus. It's also going to be on our website, honeys.io, in the Bunnies University section. If you actually go ahead and you complete this delayed reveal drop, and you are able to show us, us being just the Honeys team in general, the Honeys community, if you're able to show us that, hey, you actually completed all these steps, you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, you actually did the darn thing, what we are going to do is send you over an NFT certificate of completion, which you can use as a badge on any kind of Web3 resume, any kind of LinkedIn profile, any kind of whatever is going to help you either find new work or just show off to your parents and your friends, and maybe you print it out and throw it on the refrigerator. I don't know. Refrigerators these days probably have digital frames that you can actually display the NFT on. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right, I think I'm getting hungry talking about cupcakes and refrigerators and things like that. But before we go, I just wanted to give you all so we just walked through this tutorial, this demo. We went on this journey together, chat. And, kind of at the start of this, I was thinking like, man, I really hope, like, this is kind of a big topic, and I hope that I cover it correctly. I hope that I'm actually like explaining things correctly. I hope that I'm making sense. I hope that I know what I'm talking about. I hope that I don't come across and like start the thing and have that Michael Scott moment where you start a sentence and maybe you hope that you just find it before you run out of words, but maybe you don't always find it and you just look like an idiot. And so I had all these thoughts, and I said, okay, well, just in case I'm not actually able to explain this properly, wouldn't it be cool if there was an actual real life example of a delayed reveal NFT drop that I could show everybody, so that way you really got the picture? And so that's exactly, I called two of my best friends up. You may know who they are, and decided to put a little something together for you. And so now if you go to that honeys.io website, you might notice a little sneaky little banner ad here. There's a little something special. Make sure this is showing. Yeah, it's showing up on the stream. There's a little something special right here at the top. Little flyby ad from the top, letting you know that love is in the air. Just like I said in the mini updates channel in the Honeys Discord recently. What could it be? Let's learn more, shall we? I want to mint a limited edition honeygram now for a chance to win a custom VIP honey. Oh my goodness. What is this? Happy Valentine's Day cupcake. It's a honeygrams. I get to mint my very own Honey's Valentine's Day card. I get to celebrate the season of love with a special Honey's NFT Valentine that'll have my heart aflutter. It's built using Third Web, that same thing that I just went ahead and showed off. It's an open edition, revealing on February 14th, rare one of ones. Find the Golden Dorothy to win a custom VIP honey Oh my goodness. It's limited edition. I can't refuse a limited edition. I gots to have it, chat. And so I'm going to go to honeys.io/Valentine. I'm going to pick me up one of these bad boys because I loves the FOMO. I'm addicted to it. I have a fear of missing out on the FOMO. I have FOMO. And so I just gotta have one of these honeygrams. We are going to be keeping this up throughout the week. I invite you to take a look. We are telling the absolute truth here. There is a Golden Dorothy somewhere in this batch. It could be you. They're nice and cheap, a little bit of a seductive price just to really set the tone for Valentine's Day. Little 0.0069 ETH. That's what we call a nice price. Sunny Days got 2. Let's go. Who else is picking up a honeygram? Groovetacular, you do have time. Don't sweat it. Find a friend. Call their friends and say, yo, you got any ETH? You see these honeygrams? They're only going for 0.0069 ETH. Pick yourself up a honeygram. Let's give you just a real quick sneak preview again on what you might get here. We got this beautiful babe saying, let's make this a royal affair. You're the ERC 721 for me. Really nerdy joke there. Tokenize me, baby. Little cheer squad action for you. A little space buns sucker for you. That's just a little taste. Thank you for that. I did not do the art, of course. I'm always willing to take credit for it. This is something that, of course, Bunny Queen Stacy's had a big hand in. It's also, for full disclosure, something that the always sparkly pizza princess Scuzzrat had her hands in as well. Was a huge help in coming up with some of these cards. Really hoping that this is like super fun, hopefully super affordable. It's about $10 US to go ahead and grab honeygrams. Really like what we were trying to do here with this, and then I'll let you go. We'll call it a night. But really just wanted to find like a fun way to both show you how quickly you can put something like this together, while also making it cheap, affordable, and fun for a community. We aim to price these low enough where maybe if you do pick up more than one, like maybe you keep one, but maybe you send one to a friend or a secret crush, and really just something to have a little fun. That's what this space is all about. We just want to have fun. We're glad that you're having fun with us, and cannot thank you enough for the support. The fact that there are a bunch of you here just hanging out and just getting nerdy with me and learning with me and seeing how all this stuff works and asking questions, hanging out on stream, could not be happier. But yeah, truly, obviously, there are some parts of the delayed reveal thing that we went over that will take a little bit of time, just depending on who you are as an artist, or how you're thinking about your traits and stuff like that. But hopefully I was able to convey aside from the creative side, the artistic side, just how quick and easy it is to actually put something like this together. This what you're seeing here, this project, the Honeygram. Um, we correct me if I'm wrong, Scuzz, but I think we actually started working on this. Today's the 9th. I think we I think we decided that this would be a fun project on what, February 5th. We put this together in just a couple days. We wanted to have something fun for you, but we also just wanted to show you, with a little bit of effort, you can set up something fun for your own community in a really short amount of time. There's a lot of powerful tools out there. There's a lot of smart people out there to help you along the way, and there's a lot of super super talented, creative artists to help put the nice fine polish on things on your project and allow you to just have a ton of fun with your community. So thank you. Speaking of fun, I had an absolute blast. I hope you did too. There you go. Scuzz also saying it was a blast. Hashtag same page club as always. So thank you, Scuzz, for helping me put this together. Thank you, Stacy's, for helping me put this together. Had a blast working on this with you. And it will only get way more fun once we see who gets what token, who's gifting them, and check back in on February 14th for the big reveal. We're going to have some fun together. I have been your professor, Rhett Benatar. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to end up putting up these documents for all of the resources, all of the free and inexpensive tools that you need to launch your own project just like this. And it will, of course, also be on the website as soon as we can get it there at honeys.io. In the meantime, I would love it if you enjoyed this content. It would mean the absolute world to me if you left a message in either the Honeys Discord, letting them know what you thought about the class, what you think about this NFT drop, or if you say a kind word on Twitter, that also means the world to us. That's like, really just like that's about as good as it gets. It's just to know that people had fun. So whether you're here with me right now, whether you're watching this in the future, just any kind of feedback or affirmation that you actually learned something today and that this was a fun experience goes a long way. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out and chat, asking good questions. I know you're all going to do great things. Class is dismissed. Have a good rest of your night. I will talk to you all soon. See you later.